nice. There's a flag area. Oh, and we're gonna head over there. We decided to camp in a little more remote, quiet spot near the river, right over here, just to get a lay of the land and to not go intruding on people's space. Apparently, Robert Kennedy Jr., John F. Kennedy's nephew and Robert Kennedy's son, is supposed to be here today, and apparently the news is he's going to be calling the White House and speaking with President Obama. One of the things that's very big here is service. Apparently, just helping people out wherever you need it, volunteering, cutting firewood, just doing work as part of the community. The so-called protests are not called protests here, they're called actions. And the protesters are not called protesters, they're called water protectors. Apparently, this is one of the largest gatherings of various Native American tribes in hundreds of years. And I think since Little Bighorn. So I am at Fort Abraham Lincoln, and I'm standing on the front porch of the house that George Armstrong Custer and his wife Libby lived in 1876. The weird thing is, Liam just climbed a hill over here, but there is absolutely nobody else here today, and it's pretty nice weather. It's closed. You can't tour the house this time of year. I think they close it in September, but there's nobody here. Liam's way over there on that hill back there. Custer's 7th Cavalry left from here and headed to what is now the Little Bighorn National Park, where the battle occurred, and it took them over a month to get there. You could drive from here to there today in about 5 hours. But it took them 40 days to get there, and they were going in to attack this village, which was a gathering of all these different tribes that had come together under the leadership of Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse and Gall and other chiefs and other tribes, just to kind of be in council. The villages we just were at, the collection of villages that we were at Standing Rock, was a kind of a similar thing, where it was various tribes coming together in community during a time of crisis. And that's kind of what happened to Little Bighorn. All these tribes came together along the Bighorn River, very similar to where we were along the Cannonball River, and they encamped in a large mass of people. They were refusing to go to the reservations. They were just tired of being shuffled around. They said, this is where we're going to stay. So we're leaving Fort Abraham Lincoln, pretty much in the direction that Custer probably would have left, to get to Little Bighorn in Montana. And I just want to mention something that's interesting that I read in the Evan S. Connell book, Son of the Morning Star. I-94 pretty much is exactly the way that they went out to Little Bighorn, and then right before they got to what we now call the Montana border, they cut southwest to attack Little Bighorn from, I believe they attacked from the north. So if you want to trace Custer's 7th Cavalry route from Fort Abraham Lincoln, where we just left, to Little Bighorn, just follow 94, and then you'll cut down into, I think there's a Rosebud Creek area that takes you into Little Bighorn. Liam and I are camped out by the Cannonball River, and today was just an unbelievably beautiful day. I mean, the sky above Standing Rock was just, where we are here at the camp, was just clear, up in the upper 50s, and we marched with about 1,000 people all the way to an area called Turtle Island, and about 1,000 people formed a human medicine wheel that they took aerial photos of, and there were ceremonies, prayers, chants, a lot of sage and sweetgrass. It was just a beautiful experience of people from all over the world and many tribes. Peace. one of the things that they said to the police was, we're not just doing this for us. We're doing this for you. This is your water. This is your children's water. And he said he actually saw the couple of the police put their badges and their weapons down and say, you know what, we're leaving. We've never seen anything. We've been to protests, but we've never seen anything like this before. This morning, a DAPL, Dakota Access Pipeline helicopter circled the camp for about an hour and a half. And Joseph says he thinks they're planning a raid because there's cars that they haven't seen up on some of the hills looking down. And what they do, I guess, is just come through the camp and tell people to get out. And people leave stuff, they pile it in a pile. One time, I guess, a pile of it got urinated on, and then the people came back and built a bonfire to cleanse it. So trucks are pulling and donating firewood to these people. These are all donations for firewood and for the winter camp. It's amazing. It's amazing how generous these people are. Everyone's donating to this camp.
Okay, we have some information that needs to come back to us. All the mail boy. Who's picking up?
Morning today, and there's a bald eagle circling over the camp. Liam saw it. Amazing. By the sun. Amazing. Liam's driving right now. And can I show them this? This is a really beautiful medicine wheel gift that Liam got from somebody. I won't say who it came from, but this was made by a Dakota, and we're so grateful. I'm grateful, and I think I speak for Liam when we had just a really meaningful, beautiful time. And I want to go back when I can get more involved in the actions, is what they call them. The people that are doing action there are definitely saying we are not protesters, we are water protectors. And the phrase "Mini Wichoni" is a Lakota phrase which means water is life. And there's something that's being awakened in the people that you sense there. Young men on horses that just have energy, and elders participating in spiritual rituals, and people contributing to have a better way of life, a better way of respecting one another, and a deep, deep concern for how sacred the earth is and our need to be protecting this beautiful world that we've been given. The Oceti-Sakowin camp is the largest of 3 camps at Standing Rock, and the website listed here is a great resource for finding out how you can make donations and just keep up to date with what's going on out there on a daily basis. I hope you found this video helpful. Please share, comment, and let other people know about this important issue.